Hi everyone, it's Vicky here from Crafty Heaven and thank you very much for joining me today. And today we're going to be making the beautiful scene shadow box that I had made as my sample for Simply Made Crafts Winter Sparkle collection. And I absolutely love this and it's my favorite project that I've ever made. And the frame has lights inside, so it all lights up. Love it. So I'm going to show you how I made this. So the products you will need some sort of circle dies, okay, because that's not with this collection. Then we're going to be using the Winter Scenes die set, the medium poinsettia die set, and also the large shadow frame album die set. And you can find all these products used in today's video linked down below if you want to go and get your hands on them. So let's get on and start making our shadow box. We're going to start off by making our frame for our box. So you want to get 4 pieces of cardstock and you'll have this die in your die set, and you're going to cut this out 4 times. 3 already assembled. I'm going to do the 4th one with you. So for this one we're going to leave it this size for all 4 sides, okay? And then we're going to add some adhesive on the long tab here. So you've got this tab with the straight edges, and then this one has a straight edge, but then it also has this angle edge here. This is the one that you're going to add your adhesive on. And then you've got your smaller tab, and we're going to add our adhesive to that in just a bit. So we're going to peel off the backing, and we're just simply going to fold this over, line this edge up with that fold there, and just press that down like so. Okay, then get your bone folder and just give that a good crease. So then you'll do that to your other 3 as well. Then what we're going to do is we're going to attach these all together. So the smaller tab here, we're going to add our adhesive on the outside, and then we're just going to slot it in there like so, and we're going to glue that down. So I'm going to use my liquid glue for this one, my adhesive on the outside, and we're just going to line that up and press that down. And you can go in and just press that with your finger or your bone folder. Continue doing that with the others. So again, we're going to add glue on this one here and join this one up. And there we go. So now what we need to do is we need to add the back. Okay, so for this I've cut 2 pieces down, one for the back and one for the front. Both pieces measure 10¼ inch square. Okay, so I'm going to add my liquid glue, and I'm using my scoreboard so I can keep this frame straight. So this will go on the front, and then we will cut out our snow globe shape. Now we're going to add our pattern paper, and for this I forgot to show you at the beginning of the video, we're using the Winter Sparkle paper pack, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And I've cut out my pattern paper with a 7-inch circle. So I'm going to place that in there, and I've just tick marked where roughly I want my paper to go. So that looks okay to me. So I'm going to just glue that down. That's now added. Now before we add our scene, I want to add my lights. So I just picked up these lights from Amazon. I will leave the link for them down below. And I want them to be threaded through a hole that's going to be in the bottom right hand corner, and then at the back we're going to have a little box for this to sit in. So I'm just going to place that through. Okay, and you're not going to see this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You could punch a hole with your hole punch before you add the backing on, but so there we go. So that should be big enough. If not, I can go in and do it a bit more. And we're just simply gonna thread our lights through. So now what we want to do is just go round with our lights, and I added a bit of sellotape just to secure them in place, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so there we go. So don't worry about it being messy, because you're not going to see that our scene. So for that, I've cut my die cut pieces and I've added my foam already, and for that I've used the Winter Scenes die set. Now what I want to do is build up my scene. So I have my tree and my moon, and then I've got a couple of picket fences I want to add in there. I've got some layers of your snow or your grass or whatever you want to call it, and then I've got my rabbit, and I've added foam tape to some of these, and because I want them to have a bit of dimension to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue all that down, and then I will come back. Okay, so now we're going to do the snow globe. So what you want to do is you want to get a piece of cardstock, and we're going to draw our template. And for that I got a circle die, and I'm going to tell you the measurements of this die. So this measures 6.5. So I actually wanted it to be smaller than the 7-inch circle that we did for the background here, because then it will cover all this up here. Okay, so that's why I've done it at 6.5. So you're going to draw around your circle die, and then you're going to draw the base of your snow globe. Then you're going to cut that out, and then you'll have your template. Then you need another template for the base of your snow globe. I just drawed around the base and cut that out. So now you have a template for the full snow globe and a template for your base. Okay, so first of all we want to get our 10.25 inch square piece of card, and you're going to lay your template on top. So as you can see, my base is slightly bigger because when I wanted to add my die, as you can see, the base was a bit too small. So I just cut an extra bit off my snow globe when I cut it out. So you're going to trace around your snow globe, and then you can make the base slightly bigger like I did at the bottom here. So then this word die will fit in there. Then you'll cut out your snow globe and you will be left with this. Then you want to draw around your base. Instead of drawing it around the actual edge of your template, you want to just draw around so it's slightly bigger than what your template is, because then when you've cut that out it will be like this, and that is going to go behind the base of your globe. We've got that extra bit of card to be able to glue it behind there. then we can die cut out our sentiment, which is the Christmas Wishes die from the Winter Scene collection. So then I just placed my die on there, put a bit of low tack tape on there, and then I ran that through my Big Shot. Then what we need to do is we need to take out the word, but you want to keep the little bits that are in between the letters, because we're going to paper pierce them back into our die cut. So I'm gonna take them out and keep all those little pieces, and I'm gonna glue this in, and then I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, so there we go. Then what we need to do is we need a piece of acetate, which I have here, and it needs to be big enough so it fits behind the hole of your snow globe, and we're going to glue that in place, and then all these little bits that come out of the sentiment we're going to place back in here. Okay, so there we go, and then I've just added some of the leaves behind there, and then that will fit on there perfectly, and you will see that scene, and looks gorgeous. And then to finish that bit off, I've cut a frame out of my circle die. So again, I've cut it with the, I can't remember the size of this circle, it is 6.5, and then the die, the circle die that will frame it is 7 3/4. So then I have my frame here, and that will cover that area up there. And then I'm going to cut out some poinsettias out of the medium poinsettia die set, and I'm going to have a large one here and then a small one here, and then I'm going to stick this down. Okay, so there we go. I've added the poinsettias. We just need to finish the front of our box. So I've die cut out 4 of these. So you get a large and a small in the frame shadow box die set, and I've cut 4 of them out of the largest die, and I'm going to stick them down. So as you can see, that just finishes that off beautifully. And then again, you get 2 sizes of this one, so you get the large and the small, and I've die cut out 4 of them, and they're going to go on the sides of our box. So I'm going to glue them down. It needs to measure 3 inches by 2 5/8, and along the 2 5/8 of an inch we will score at 3/8 of an inch, 3/4, 1 7/8, 2 1/4, and then along the 3-inch side we will score at 2 1/4 and 2 5/8. You want to fold on those score lines. I want to do some trimming. So I've done one side already, and all we're going to do is cut these 3 squares out. And then we want to cut up this score line here. And then all we're going to do is we're going to fold that tab in there, like so, and also on there. And then we're going to fold these larger sides in, and then this one will get glued on there. And then this will get glued onto the back here, and we want to line up the bottom of this box with the bottom of that one, so then this will still stand up. So we're going to place that in there and glue that into place. Okay, so I'm going to add my glue. Place that in there, and then the wire will go in between that gap there, and we're going to line that up and just make sure that's all straight, and then we can just hold it there for a few seconds. Okay, and then it will still stand up. So there we go, that is it all complete. Let me just turn the lights off and then we can take a look at the lights switched on. So the little box at the back is still a bit wet, so I'm just holding that in place. So I'm going to just turn the lights on and then you can see how gorgeous that looks. Oh, love it. And till next time guys, take care and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.